Starting it off with an easy little reciprocal pull with a mild sit-up, using the whole body, just starting to loosen things up. Then a reciprocal push from a staggered or a kind of a lunge stance, and just sort of gradually build up the tension and resistance. Then back down for a reciprocal pull with some legs, getting the core involved. Then we head up to tricep for a little step into a balanced tricep extension. Once again, this is still part of the warm-up, so it's not necessarily designed to be too intense. Just go through the motions. Now we get into a push-up with a little knee switch, starting to engage a little bit of the deeper core and chest and upper body muscles, and then finishing off with some light hook push-ups. Starting the workout now with some one-sided pushes. So set the body in nice and strong, stabilize the other side, and then really drive through with the opposite arm of the forward leg. Now switch sides and the same concept. Set yourself up nice and strong. This is going to try and pull you out of position, so really fight for that positional hold. Moving now into a squat hold reciprocal pull down. This is a little bit of a combination of a pull down and a row since it's at that 45-degree angle above you. Now you'll notice that there's a lot of body involved here, starting off with a little bit more flow, now digging into a little bit of a deeper resisted pull where we use that housing to really magnify. A couple of these on each side, really dig in, then go back to a little bit of the faster pull, work on that rhythm, and then finish out with a little bit more of that deeper pull. Really dig in. Going back to an upper body and core based move. This is just a plank bounce from a push-up position. Feet go in the loops, try to hold position strong, then add a little bounce, try and control it, keep the body relatively stable. This is really great right into push-ups, which you can either do nice and simple, or you can add a little bit of a knee tuck. This element, particularly on the return or the kick out of the legs, will require a lot of core control and strength throughout the body. Get a good push-up, good knee tuck, and a good snap back to position, but really take your time so you don't overwhelm this. Here's a little quick look at what I did on the setup. The first one I had a little bit more of that bungee, and then on this next couple series I wrapped it nice and tight to take out almost all the bungee, double carabiner hooked in. There we go. For the hanging bridge march, there's not much bungee, just a touch, but we're going to try and control the body as much as we can. Start with some standard bridge marches. Now we're going to add a little bit of that hip thrust elevation, alternating sides, trying to control the body as best you can. There's so many different elements here. We're going to add now a reciprocal pull hold with a march, control, switch, control, switch. You can do this simultaneously. This does take a lot of attention and control, so take your time and work up to this particular move. Now a slightly more advanced version of this is the alternating pull with the march. The reciprocal is a little bit easier because you stay high. There's more constant tension, but on this one you have to raise your body up a little bit higher and you start from a lower position, making it a little bit more work to get yourself up. There's still the same body control, so take your time. There's always the option of holding a row, so an isometric row hold while you march. A lot more on the upper body here, even though the legs and hips are still involved. You can add that hip thrust. This is one of my favorites as it really makes you work hard to control the shoulders and back during the thrust. From here, I like to move to a more anterior based move. So after all that posterior work, now we hit a little bit more of the front side of the body. Let all of the lats, arms, abs, and triceps all work together here on this one. Control it down, don't go too far, and use the triceps to finish. I like to back this up with a seated high bicep curl. Really pull on the straps hard. Create your own tension with the biceps. A little bit of the body weight and a lot of intention really adds up. If you need a little bit more, you can do these hanging transitions from the high curl to a low curl. These get hard real quick. Take your time. Do your best. Moving into some balanced lower body and extension work, we're going to do a reach with a shifting hand tension. So pulling down on the straps, creating that extension, and then switching hands to pull down on the march. Right after that, some single leg squats with a little pull assistance. You can do these in a number of different ways. I like to add a little bit of a march or knee drive at the top and then a reach back. So you're going to get a little bit of rotation, kind of keeping some good tension on that straps, letting the back help the legs, reach back, whole body working together. Use that rotation to really help you lift up, reach, and drive. Now we're going to move into some standard rows. Whether you do quick versions or you start adding in some holds is really up to you. I like to mix it up. I'll use a couple faster and then hit some holds. I like to also add that arm rotation where you really get that extra bicep involved, but really think about keeping the body still and strong. Then you can get into some alternating pulls. Now these are pretty tough. You have to do a lot of work to hold the side that's not pulling. A bit of an advanced move. As is suspended push-ups. Now these are some of the harder push-ups that you might do. You're really fighting that bungee as well as the instability of the straps. These are tough, so have some patience, and if you can't quite do them, you can elevate and go up a little bit higher because this is definitely a challenge for the entire body. Now into some leg work, put the heels into the handle loops, kind of dig the toes or the balls of the feet into the straps, get a nice good strong base, and then curl. This is mostly a hamstring based exercise, although you do want to get the glutes involved, so you're going to drive the hips up as well as curl the legs. Support the upper body and finish strong. I like to pair this with a little bit of a scissor kick. This is a reciprocal move. You get a little bit of tension on side to side. Try and keep the legs as straight as you can the whole time. After that, into some arms. This is a sprinter position resisted tricep extension. So the hands are roughly staying in the same spot. You're getting a little bit of tension on the bungee and then trying to use your body weight as the resistance. So you drive into the arms and then push out. A resisted archer bicep curl combo is a real tough one. You can make it as tough as you want, or you can get through and make it relatively simple. Curl, resist one side, while the other side, the stronger side, does a row. So you have a curl, an isometric hold down nice and slow, and then you resist. Resist, nice and slow, as you pull the archer side. You really want to focus on keeping that elbow up high and all the way out. Then I like to head into a full upper body finisher. This is a bicep, back, tricep, reverse fly combo. The important concept here is you're trying to pull on those straps as hard as you can the entire time. It's 4 moves, all sequence one right after the other with that good strong tension. Curl up high, pull back, straighten the arms out as much as you can, and then use the body weight to help resist that reverse fly. Finally, a little bit of core to finish, some kneeling reach outs. Now this one, depending on your strength and your stability of your shoulders, you can go all the way down or you can stop a little bit shy. Stay within your comfort zone, make sure you're able to do it, but really keep a good strong body the entire time through. And then finally, a little rotational core work. Now, depending on how you set up the bungee, you won't be able to rotate all the way through like a full rotation. So on this particular move, we're just working on the mechanics of that slight turn. Pivot of the back foot, a little bit of tension throughout the upper body. You'll have to adjust every once in a while, which is okay. But as you think about it, rotate, create that tension, and really support on that back side. Add a little hold if you want to finish out strong.